This is No Shame Jimmy Shane, and you're listening to the Wrestling Cheers podcast and being a winner.
Taking your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to go where you can see that troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. You want to go where you can see that troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
And welcome back to Wrestling Cheers, where everybody knows your name, especially when you have no shame. This is Wrestling Cheers. We like to go in things on the Northeast Ohio independent wrestling scene. We preview shows, we review shows, and sometimes we even have interviews along the way. This is an interview, yes, with No Shame Jimmy Shane. But before we get into that, I am your host. I am Heavy Set, and we are brought to you by the Trending Topics Network and MidwestTerritory.com. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you're listening to this fine podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Podbean, WrestlingCheers.podbean.com. Please find us on all your social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Facebook.com/WrestlingCheers, Twitter.com/WrestlingCheers, and Instagram.com/WrestlingCheers. Email, if you so choose, desire WrestlingCheers@gmail.com. And we do have the merch store over at whatamaneuver.net. Like I said, this is an interview, and this is probably going to sound a little bit different than probably what you're used to and what most people are used to. Hell, even me, what I'm used to. I'm doing the everything before the show right now, and, well, before the interview, and actually have Jimmy Shane with me right now. Also on a brand new recorder too, so that's fun.
We had to go high class for me, right?
Yeah, microphone a little bit. So yeah, man, like, dude, it's been a while since because it's right now as of this recording. This is before OCW's big return into 2019. It's been what, since October?
Yeah, technically October, but that's not even technically an OCW show. So September, really.
Okay, yeah, okay, September. Yeah. Things it's just been so long. Like, I mean, I couldn't make it to DBI, but still, like, that last OCW show was forever ago. Yeah. And like, there were two shows I think that fell through.
Yeah, there was one. It got pushed back to April. The one at Springfield High School.
Yes, and
then we were supposed to have Thanksgiving Special 3.
Yeah,
and then that unfortunately got canceled.
Like, there's let's get into like the venue change, because we went from the OCW arena, which was just a staple. Like, you knew, which we've talked about every time with somebody from OCW, that when there was a show, like, you knew where to go, you're used to everybody, the atmosphere. And do you want to get into like some of like the change and things that happened and like where we are now?
Yeah, sure. It's kind of sad because I was actually texting somebody about it, that OCW Arena was special because we had built that.
Yeah.
You know, like, we had come in there, we had established a home, we were building something great, it felt like, but we always knew we were on borrowed time because the school board that we rented the gymnasium from, they wanted to sell the building. So then time came up and they were like, all right, we're moving out, but until we sell the building, you're allowed to stay in there. We're like, oh, great. So we had full run of the building those last few shows. So like, I had locker rooms and classrooms. Like,
I love that part.
There was a whole promo room.
Like, I had always done a lot of these interviews in like a back stairway, which some months were kind of hot.
Yeah.
But like, that was only like the very little room that we had. And then that last show was like, I got into an old classroom.
Yeah.
And like, that was completely different. It was cool to see like the backstage was no longer just like an old hallway. It was like, actually, no, like, we can have the old lunchroom, and there was all these other like added things.
Yeah.
But it's sad to see that all go. And I was like, you got more.
It was like, it tore me up, but at the same time, it's good because now this new building we're in, Chaparrals, is way bigger. It's really nice.
Oh God, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I'm losing my home, you know, like,
yeah.
But sometimes you have to. It's almost like a comfort thing. Like,
and that's, like I said, the OCW arena was just, it had its own look. Like, when you looked at it in pictures, it looked really, really good. Maybe it was because there wasn't as many overhead lights for the building. Like, you knew, like you could have on the lights you wanted, and you had the stadium seating basically for one side of the arena, so like people could be up top or whatever level, and like you wouldn't you wouldn't be just behind rows of people, maybe not be able to see as much. So that added just a whole different atmosphere. And yeah, like now we're here. It's been a ride.
Yeah.
I think just the months that, OCW's been gone, everything personally with Jeremy, I think people mostly know it. And
it's on the poster for tonight. Tonight's a tribute for Melanie, so it's kind of out there.
Having to watch them go through all that it's just horrible. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No, not at all.
The thing that I do love about Jeremy is I feel like he's very strong, and he will carry on, and he's used a lot of that to promote. Like, we're getting back into this, and now like we have a new home. There is a schedule available of like all the shows that will be here. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, this is which I don't know if people will be able to see it before this comes out, but much more open. And any show, I don't care what it is, if there's more room for fans and for like merch tables, like the OCW arena was just like you had merch tables on one side and on the other side, like if you got to get around everybody, maybe you had to use the restroom, and there was like another line of traffic. So now a little bit more open.
It was nice for the show viewing experience. Yeah. But anything else, like you wanted to get to concession stand, you had to squeeze past people. You wanted, if we were stuck. There was only one way out of there, and it was back through the entranceway. So we had to wait till the show was over if someone had to leave. Yeah. I remember one time Robbie Starr had to leave for a wedding, and you see him leave through the entranceway in his wedding clothes with his nice tie and everything. And I'm like, it kind of takes you out of the moment for a second. So this is nice. I've already looked around. There's quite a few secrets to get out of here and end up in different parts of the building or end up into the parking lot. So
it's awesome to see. And like, we've also had a change, a little bit of personnel. We've had a particular former champion gone.
Go missing. Well, we found him now, right?
Well, that's...
I'm happy. He actually just made his debut in Florida for his first promotion down there. Awesome. So I'm happy for him in that respect. And I'm happy that I got to be the one to send him out of here.
I was sad to miss the DBI, but still, like, to get the show that we got before that was, you didn't expect it. Yeah. Like, I didn't think that he was going to win, that Juice Jennings was going to become the OCW champion. It was just like, what did I just see? Because a lot of times when I'm watching with my girlfriend, she's like, who do you think's going to win? And I'll give her my opinion here and there. And that one, I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah. That was, we kind of let it be known that he was leaving for Florida to see, to trick pretty much you, I guess, if we got you thinking it.
Well, like, it did make sense when we got to the announcement of the DBI. I'm like, okay, like, what match we're getting here? I see where we're going. That's fine.
The Juice Jennings leading the counter-strike against OCW in the conspiracy, and then Mr. OCW, Jimmy Shane. It was kind of... Yeah. And even if you go back to the reality of it all, Juice Jennings and I tried out together at our first day of wrestling school. We tried out, and so ever since then, it's been a bit of a rivalry. We've tagged, we've split off, we've gone our own ways, and so I'm going to miss him not being around, but it's kind of... Now it's a challenge because I always said there was a Mount Rushmore of the Akron version of OCW. Okay, yeah. There was Matt Taylor, Juice Jennings, Robbie Starr, and myself. Yeah. We are kind of the pillars of the company at this point. Now we lost one, so now everyone in that locker room has to step it up. Yeah. And I'm excited for that. I want to see Flex Jordan step it up. I want to see Gino DiCapo deliver. I want to see Electra Company see what they can do.
They're the ones that should deliver.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm willing to see like who does that too, because I feel like there's a lot of good young talent coming out of here, and especially too, and I feel like this with anybody from this area, when I see them venture out, like when I saw the Electro Company wrestle up in Mega, I was just like, that was a proud moment. I couldn't make it because the Browns were playing that night, but I was like, I even told Chuck, I was like, I would be there if it wasn't for that. And I definitely want to see more from like those two. Gino DiCapo, Grant is getting better, but I haven't seen him in a while. Right. I want to see how much he improves. Hopefully, I mean he's had time. Yep.
I will say he's not booked tonight.
Oh man.
So you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see him again.
But will he show up?
We'll have to see. He's in the tag division now with Bruce Gray. And I hope he doesn't listen to this because I've got to give Grant props.
I don't think he does. But
with Bruce, it was a whole new Grant. When they came out, I was like, oh, that's who I want. That's who I want Grant to be. Step it up. Show me what you can do. And I think Bruce brought that out of him.
The match that he had a buzz bin, I forget who it was against.
On the patio?
Yeah.
That was Ely.
Okay. What I saw from him more, because I'll never be able to critique wrestling skills, but when I could tell like people skills and promos and like how you come off like that was one of the best times. I don't want to say the first, but it was one of the best times I saw where someone would say something, he'd have the right thing to throw at them.
Yeah.
He had the right attitude towards everybody. And I'm just like, he's getting it more and more. And it's definitely a build for him.
Yeah.
And I can't say he's a good bad guy, but like I think the problem is they're better.
Yeah.
And he needs to distinguish himself more.
Yeah. And when he started, I think he was a step above where people would have expected him to be as a rookie.
Yeah.
So I think that's one reason why we're all so hard on him is he didn't elevate again past that.
Yeah.
He kind of plateaued. And because when I first saw him being the heel and the way he started at first, it reminded me of a young me, which that sounds really cocky to say, but I had that kind of thing going for me. And when he didn't evolve more, it really made me mad. And he knows that. I've told him that a million times that he has so much potential and it feels like he got lazy.
Yeah. I could see that, and especially, but with that group too, I feel that they were all good in their own way, and they could help push each other like further and further.
Exactly.
Like to me, like right off the rip, Gino had the character. Not much of a character, but he had it.
Yeah.
Like the promo, which I wish he would cut more like this. The first one, wasn't he like in a chair, just like sitting down? And I was just like, who does that?
Yeah.
I actually went on like social media at that time trying to find him. Like, where's this guy? Like,
Because he didn't exist on social media back then.
and I was just like, where, like, does he wrestle somewhere else? Like, I didn't know he was a trainee at that time. So that got me right off the rip. Jake has the small guy look, and I think he works well into it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a look for him. Like, he has the persona. Yeah. Chuck's the big dude. I think if he wouldn't have been with Jake, it might not have gelled as well. Like, still a big dude, and I love that. But like, those two together are just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich of fun. To seeing them together. Jake, I'm gonna give a shout out to Tales from the Indies that he did recently.
Yeah, right.
Good God, Jake, man, you're going like. I could feel the energy, the electricity through the speakers and the microphone. I was just like you got. It's very Ultimate Warrior.
Yes,
and I think
we always tell him he's a mini warrior.
He is, and I think he gets a lot from that. But just the crazy things, like just that's like the things a warrior would say.
It's easy to say electric because he's Electric Jake Ely, but that's really what it is. There's some kind of electricity to his personality it's contagious. Like, you want to like him as soon as you see him.
Yeah.
Like,
so like those three, and then Grant, like he does have that natural, like, God, I hate him. Like, I even, like, when I first seen him, like, I hate him, but I'm not 100% sure why. And he's gotten better at just that. Because I think even just critically wise, like I was saying, like, you have Argos who sometimes wrestles at the same show as you.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to take notes because he's good.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be him, but if you can get the people to hate him, hate you like him, like, dude, you're made. And I think he's getting it more and more.
Yeah. So let's take your time.
Yeah. So turn off Grant. We're not going to talk about it. But yeah, like this is fun. Like, I'm really excited just to be back at OCW.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not just the show. It's not just the people, the fans. It's the post show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The karaoke madness. There's kind of like a group of us that go to all, if not most, of the karaoke, and it almost always starts off with you.
It's always Matt and I have to get things started with Backstreet Boys.
It's like the karaoke doesn't feel like it started until that point.
Yep.
And then it's you, Matt. Keep going.
We'll go out there. We'll do Everybody by Backstreet Boys.
Yep.
And we want crowd participation.
Oh yeah.
If you're not giving it to me, I get mad. I start yelling. There's been points where I'll be singing and I'll literally go, "Hey, if you're a trainee, you need to respond right now." When I do call and response.
I've been like thinking about that because there are like songs that have good group participation, like where you like people who know it. Like that's one of them. Argos does, I forget the name of the song, but from Beetlejuice.
I know exactly what it is too. I just can't remember the name of the song.
Like, that gets everybody into it. Gino? Was it Gino who recently did All Star?
I think so. That sounds right.
That one had like a nice group participation. And since we haven't had one, I had one that I wanted to do in October. Perfect group participation. And it's got to be on the karaoke machine. Ghostbusters.
Yes. I guarantee it is.
Like, that's one that everybody can get into. Because that's the one thing that sucks about karaoke sometimes. Some people don't get into it, or they're just like, I don't know the song. So maybe they're not singing it. And you have ones that, I mean, you have people that get up, probably shouldn't be doing certain songs, but that's a different story. But I don't know, like, if we can get everybody like into it, like that's when karaoke's fun, or you get it to where everybody's paying attention. Yeah. Sometimes it's just like, oh, well, I don't care about this song. I don't care about this person. So I'm like not going to pay attention. But then you have it to where next song's All-Star. That's what happened. Like everybody was like, oh, All-Star. Like we're all going like on the dance floor. We're all going to go nuts. And then the song was over. Like everybody just dissipated and went their own way. Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than being up there and people aren't paying attention. Yeah. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, well, I don't want everyone looking at me. That's the fun, is they're singing along. They're having fun. There was one time a few months ago, I will admit I was very intoxicated. It was late in the evening. So most people had left. I don't think you might not have even been at the show. I don't remember which show it was. But I know I looked out into the crowd and I didn't see any familiar faces. And I was trying a brand new song and I was just defeated. I was like, no one's supporting me. Everyone was out on the back patio. That's why no one was inside. And I was like, But I was talking to a girl inside. So I was not going out to the patio. And that sucked. That was real bad.
Like, I know I have one that I want to try this time. Might not be Ghostbusters. I haven't decided whether I'll do that one yet. I want to do my first, it's not necessarily a duet. And I got to talk to him later about it. So I want to do this. Linkin Park in the end with me and Chuck. Yep. Chuck has a good singing voice. He's going to do Chester's vocals. I'm going to do the Mike's rapping vocals.
I've heard Chuck do it.
I know. Well, he was doing it, but it was one of those times like you got to your third song. So it's like an eternity between like the next time you're going to be able to go. And I was just like, dude, if he's not like the next couple songs, I'm gone. Wasn't, so I had to leave. Yeah. And probably not that long after I left. But
it was real soon after you left that he had to do it.
So I told him like we need to do that. Like, I'll do Mike's part, but I can't do the singing. I've tried. I can't get that. I can do kind of high. I can't get that register. Yeah, no. But if Chuck can do it, then by all means. When did like the karaoke after party start? Because ever since I've been coming to OCW, that's been a thing. Even like when I wouldn't go, like when we did the DBIs, it'd be like, all right, after parties like Quaker Steak, but then it's like, hey, we're going to this place. They got karaoke, and at first I was like, whatever, man. And then I started going to them. Like now it's like, okay, it's wrestling and it's fucking karaoke.
So I've been around OCW for 10 years. Okay. That's when I first started setting up the ring and being the camera guy and paying dues. And it was always a part of the OCW after party. It's kind of the locker room that OCW attracts. Is you got Robbie Starr doing karaoke. He's around again now, but Jeremy Madrox, he loves doing karaoke. Yeah.
I've never been around when he's done karaoke. Every time I've gone, he leaves early.
Yeah, he hasn't since he's come back as an agent.
Okay.
I'll tell people that Jeremy Madrox is an agent. He runs the locker room right now. Yeah. He has not gone to an after party, but he's promised me there's one coming. So I'm thinking it'll probably be tradition.
Okay, I hope so. Yeah. Definitely looking forward to that one. But also we have Flex Jordan. Yeah. He's also become of our like karaoke crew that always wants to do songs. Me, you, Matt, Robbie. Am I missing any of the main...
Ripper Blackheart, he usually is.
Yeah, Ripper will get in a few. One of the newer wrestlers from last year, my twin brother.
Yep, Tommy. Yeah,
I like because he'll pick random songs and they'll be really good. Yep. And I don't know if we're supposed to give props to her. She's one of the best. Is Robbie Starr's fiance. Like, I think the first time I heard her do her karaoke, she was like, "Oh, I just listened to this song last week and I really liked it. I'm going to try it out." And she nailed it. And it's like, how do you how? Yeah. Like, girl, you're so good.
Her and her sister, they both when they start singing.
Around for maybe I have, but I don't.
You might not know it. Like, they don't really look alike, but they both. I'm like, what? This isn't fair. You make us all look. And even Tommy's pretty good. Your twin. He's good. Where I'm like, man. now I'm going to go up there and do Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch and try to laugh my way through it.
Like, I know he did the first time I was there, Turn the Page. This is one of my favorite songs, and I Can Kill on karaoke too. And he did. I'm like, damn, like I can't do that one tonight. So that one's out. I think that was also the night that I killed it with Forgot About Dre.
Yep.
That's my go-to. But that was the only night that it killed, where just everybody was just so amused, like I was doing it and I was killing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like ever since that, people are just like, oh, whatever. Like, you've done it.
That's
We're used to it.
Yeah. That's how Good Vibrations is with me, with Marky Mark. Like, first time I did it, people were like, what? You didn't even look at the screen once. I'm like, yeah, I didn't need to. Now they're like, okay, we know you can do that. Do something else. I'm like, but that's my comfort song. I have to warm up with that usually, you know, like. That's
the thing. Well, you have the one comfort song. Like, that's the kickoff.
Yep.
And then after that, it's, for me, I'm like, do I want to? I'm trying to stay away from Forgot About Dre because I've done it so much. But I know that I had heard from another booth, and I think I maybe talked to like Matt Taylor about this or somebody, that they were like, someone like, and I don't even know if it was a fan.
I think you told me about this. Yeah.
They were just like, they're doing the same songs. And I'm like, well, the same song was fun a month ago.
Yeah.
It's still fun now. Like, you've heard a bunch of different songs in your real life. Like, I mean, who goes to a concert and goes, oh, they're doing this song. Right? God, they did it last. Yeah, because it's a popular song. So that's what I love about it, is just now trying, okay, what am I going to be able to do and kill, or at least do adequately? My problem is I could do certain songs flawlessly and not look at the screen.
Yeah.
And I try to do that, but I'm like, I can't do that all the time. That's what I'm trying to teach myself. Like, no, okay, you know this.
You're allowed to look.
Like, you can look, but you can have your flawless victory with Forgot About Dre. But you can take some damage. You can look a little bit. So it's been 10 years with OCW.
Yep. 2000, technically over, because October 2008 was the first time I set up a ring. I remember that. October 11th, 2008 was the first time I set up a ring.
And when was the debut?
I debuted February 18th, 2012 was my first match.
Okay. God, then I caught you on an interview way young in your career.
Yeah.
Way shout out to
Men in Tights.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kept wanting to say a bunch of like tales from then. He's like, wrong one. But yeah, Pro Wrestling Men in Tights. I loved that show. And like, sadly, it just disappeared.
I might be to blame for that, because I retired Dirty Balls. So he quit coming around locker rooms. So.
Oh, that sucks, because it was also my introduction, like I've said before, to like a lot of you before I like, really knew you. It was just like, oh, I don't even know where I heard of the podcast off the top of my head, but I was like, I started listening to it. But yeah, that must have been early for you.
Yeah, it was 2012. It would have been, because I remember we did it in my apartment, and I remember I only lived in that apartment for a year, so I remember.
Yeah. And I know you were into Glee really big at that point.
That was part of the character, because we wrestled in Lima for War Wrestling. Yeah. And Glee takes place in Lima.
Okay.
But I genuinely like the show as well.
Yeah,
a lot.
You love a lot of like pop music. Like for me, when I grew up, that was never the in thing, but now I'm to a point where it's just like, yeah, my first concert was the Spice Girls. I'll openly admit that. I have, no pun intended, no shame in admitting it, because I don't know, like if they returned tomorrow and planned the tour and they were coming to Cuyahoga Falls at Blossom, where I seen them, I go, I'm going, I don't care. I still know some of the songs. Right? But, what's your favorite pop act? And I'm not, we were kind of talking boy bands, but I'm thinking one pop act could be solo, could be group, just pick one.
This might be cheating.
It is.
Because if I say Justin Timberlake, that counts in sync as well, right?
Kinda. Like, because I'm trying to think like, okay, well, I'll actually make you pick an album. Because then you can't pick a Justin Timberlake album if you mean in sync.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go in sync then, actually.
Which album?
No Strings Attached. Is that what it's called? The one with Bye Bye Bye, yeah.
It's a good album. Well, I can't say a good album. I've never listened to it beginning to end.
Yeah.
But a lot that came from that, it was definitely a pinnacle for them. Like, I feel like Backstreet Boys' first album was better than NSYNC's first album.
Yes.
But it flipped when it came to the second album.
Yeah.
Millennium was okay. There's a lot of songs I really liked off there. But Bye 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 killed it.
Yeah.
Especially, like, well, I should say No Strings Attached. It killed it, especially with
Bye
Bye Bye.
Bye Bye Bye, It's Gonna Be Me.
Oh, God. We'll get to that here in a couple of months.
I'm trying to think if there's anything.
There is,
because there's still this isn't just I just like 90s boy bands. I love Ariana Grande right now.
Okay.
I think, and I didn't want to at first, and then I realized like, oh, I like all these songs. Like, it's just who I am. I can't
get into much newer pop except for Lady Gaga, because I respect her a lot as an artist.
Yeah.
How that she basically got in the music industry because she was writing other artists' songs, and then she was just like, well, I'm going to do it myself, and she's killed it. Her, and I don't see much of her anymore, obviously, but Adele.
Yeah,
like they both have just great voices, and I could listen to them. I think after them, oddly enough, I'm picking all women, but Katy Perry. But I haven't liked anything of hers.
The I Kissed the Girl album, fantastic album. Every song off of it was a single, and they were hits. And then ever since then, it's kind of...
I've liked more recent. I think I fell off...
Not I Kissed the Girl, Teenage Dream.
That might be what I'm thinking of. There's songs that I know that are in my head that I can't think of the name of, but like she did a song with a rapper. I'm credit they all do.
E.T. with Kanye? Or not Kanye. She had one with Juicy J.
That one. That one was a big one. I remember being at a bar and hearing it and going, I really like this song. And then looking up as Katy Perry. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, she does do a lot of good stuff. But I think after that, like, she's just kind of killed it for me. And I'm like, she's kind of crazy now. But
they all got to go through a crazy phase, I feel like.
This is the weird conspiracy theory I have. There's some sort of, like, demon virus, and it came out of Miley Cyrus
into Katy Perry.
It went into Katy Perry because, like, when she did like the whole hair thing, I'm like, you just look like Miley Cyrus 5 years ago.
Maybe I should should I go through a crazy phase?
How would the crazy phase go for Jimmy Shane?
I'd go for the Miley Cyrus haircut. Obviously, stick my tongue out all the time. It pretty much, I would just try to be Miley Cyrus, I guess. How would that go here at OCW? I'm picturing like storyline wise. I'd probably... Everyone loves security guard James now. It would really tick me off. Because I feel like I'd be like, no, I'm the one that you guys cheer. That would be great. But I love security guard. I could never hurt James. He's my little buddy. I do love the coming up of him and just going from being a security guard to a wrestler. And he's a fun-loving guy. You were at that show, right? So I'll give a peek behind the curtain. That was legit. Matt Taylor actually had car problems and couldn't be there to be my tag partner. That I remember. So we were like, I guess we'll use James. I guess we'll see what he can do. And he caught on right away. Like, there was a lot to like go with that, like storyline wise. It's like, oh, it worked out. You have car problems and we could really use that. But let's kind of start to wrap things up. Get into the fave 5 questions here. And this could lead into like whole different other conversations. And that's why I do love the fave 5 questions. Right here is there'll be a Booker T soundbite that I put in later. Just my marker for it. About a half hour in. All right. Well, we'll start with question number 1. Pepsi or Coke? Pepsi. Hands down, like, don't even like Coke? Nope. I will drink Coke too, but... So I think it's my mom prefers Pepsi. So growing up, I didn't really have the choice. I understand that. I think I grew up... It was more Coke, but... There was definitely whatever's on sale. Yeah. So I would go back and forth between Coke and Pepsi. And I couldn't tell you, like, what was what. Yeah, I'll drink either. Like, I'm not... That was until I dated a girl who, like, all they ever had was Coke. But supposedly, I was, like, when I dated her, it must have always been on sale because he always, like, Coke, cherry Coke, vanilla Coke. But I've always dated a girl who only drank Coke. Yeah. So that's all I drank there. And then one day I went out to eat. I actually asked for a Coke. They brought me Pepsi, but they didn't tell me, and I could taste it. I'm like, oh my God, like this is what it feels like. Yeah. This is Pepsi, not Coke. And they didn't. Never since then, I can't drink Pepsi. No. Well, I don't drink. Well, being forced. Like, I was gonna say, I don't really drink pop much anymore, but. Yeah. But I think I did have Pepsi Clear when that came out. That was okay. The caramel Pepsi that they came out with, salted caramel Pepsi. I remember that. That was weird. I'm trying to remember if they were the ones that came out with the fire. Yeah, they're fire Pepsi. Yeah, it was not. I tried mixing it with Fireball and it still wasn't good. It was heartburn in a bottle. Like bad. I drank it like one swig. I'm like, oh, that's heartburn. Question number 2: pancakes or waffles? So it always would have been pancakes, but the last few years I think it's waffles. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Like I would, so Joey Vengeance, Joey Rogers, whatever you want to call him and I are generally grew up best friends. Yeah. got into the wrestling together. Well, he got in years before me, but
Yeah.
So our thing in high school, we would go to IHOP every night during the summer. We'd go to IHOP all hours of the night.
I thought they're open 24 hours.
Yeah, that was it. We were 17, finally had a car. We're like, let's just go to IHOP and just hang out because that makes us cool, I guess. So obviously I'd always get pancakes because it's IHOP. But then towards the end of us going there, I tried chicken and waffles, and that's what got me on waffles.
Okay.
It's not like I hated waffles before.
Yeah, I've never tried waffles there. I think I'm always pancakes there if I get anything.
Well, you should. To be fair, I'm probably in the wrong for eating waffles at a...
I think there is that, and I could always add this as a question, like, is there certain establishments that you think you should, like, you go here, you need to get this. If you don't get this or something within that realm, you're weird. Like, maybe not as much for that, but I know, like, Quaker Steak.
Yeah.
People don't go wings. I'm like, you're at Quaker Steak. Why are you getting a sandwich? Why are you getting a salad?
Yeah.
Like, get wings. Get something else, like Magna Fries or something. Like, get wings. Like, I can't do anything other than that. But yeah, I think that, and like, I am kind of the same with Waffle House though.
Yeah.
Because Waffle House is also, like, if I go there, I got to get a waffle. Because that's what they're known for.
Yeah, it's Waffle House.
Yeah. All right, question number 3. Let's go ketchup on hot dogs.
Yeah. I don't got no problem with it. There are the people who don't like ketchup on hot dogs.
Oh, that's a huge thing.
Really?
It depends on, I think, where you come from. I think in this area, we're pro ketchup on hot dogs, mostly. But I know when you get towards Chicago and like there's other regions where they're just like,
because they would put like other stuff.
Either they put other stuff, or they're like, well, they'll only put ketchup on like hamburgers or maybe French fries. But like other than that, people are just like, oh God, no. Huh. And I'm like, I don't know. I grew up ketchup on hot dogs. Like sometimes like that's the only condiment I would have on there before I got into like mustard and everything. So people don't like it. Just seems so foreign, but no, it's a big deal to a lot of people. Question number 4. Oh, we'd already talked about it. Wings, bone in or out?
I'm actually bone in. I tried being bone out for a while, but I gotta. There's something about. I don't know if it makes me feel like a man ripping into it. Like,
I don't know. I've always been bone in, but you do wolf. It goes like this. I ask it. Most people will give me, if there's no bone in it, it's a chicken tender or a chicken nugget. And that's fine, but I'm always trying to find the one person that's like, oh no, I love boneless wings. Like those are the best. And I think one person has told me, I don't know if it was on the show or not, but they were like, you get more meat. And I'm like, okay, but I don't know. Like, that's like when you go to KFC, you get a bucket of chicken. They don't have bones. You're not like, well, just give me chicken strips because it's the same thing without bones. No, it's like, give me the bones.
Yeah.
There's a taste still to it. And I don't know, just getting all the little nerves and just pulling. I always love it.
And that's all. I'm weird about chicken. Like if I go to McDonald's and get chicken nuggets and have one bad chicken nugget, I won't eat McNuggets for 2 years. Like,
really?
If I have a bad piece of chicken, it ruins like I couldn't finish my meal. And I feel like you get more bad pieces of boneless wings.
Okay.
Because a bone-in wing, if there's a bad piece, you just eat around it.
Yeah.
Boneless, you gotta scarf it down because I pop the whole thing in my mouth, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take bites out of it.
Yeah. I guess I never looked at it like that. Question number 5. Pizza, Chicago style or New York style?
New York style. I just, again, I think it comes into growing up. My mom never got Chicago. Like, I don't know if I've ever even had Chicago style. Deep dish.
Never had. Like, the thing is, there's deep dish out there. Like, you can go to Little Caesars and get deep dish, but they call that Detroit deep dish. I've had, like, I think a true Chicago deep dish you can't eat with your hands. Like, you need to eat it with a fork. And it's great. I love it. Like, I'll eat both pizzas. I mean, you put both of them in front of me. I'm not, like, you say, well, you have to eat this kind. I'm like, oh, no, I can't do it. No, I'll eat it. But if I have a choice, I feel like I also like lasagna.
That makes sense.
So, it's not necessarily lasagna, but it's still like it's similar. Okay, I think we are on question number 6, which I tailor around my guess. Give me your top 5 pop songs of all time. I had to give it a challenge because I figured if I said like one song, like you'd just be like, oh yeah, it's this. But I'm like, I'm gonna give you like a thinker. Don't have to give me an order.
Mm-hmm. All right, good, because I'm not good.
Yeah.
I'm never good at that.
No, like if you basically said, here's 5, what would they be?
I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
Bye 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 by NSYNC. I'm doing I'm not gonna repeat Backstreet Boys NSYNC.
Okay,
I'm gonna go.
you're giving me the best of the best.
Oh, I just had it in my head and I forgot. Toxic by Britney Spears. That might be just the music video was ingrained in my head a long time ago.
Okay, because I'm like, early on, I felt like she had a lot of
Britney
good
was
ones.
good.
Yeah.
I might karaoke Britney tonight. We'll see.
Like, I think for me, her best music video and single wise, Oops, I Did It Again.
Yes.
But song that I liked that didn't really catch on, I don't even think they made a music video for. Maybe they did. No, Soda Pop.
Yeah, I don't think they made a music video for that.
Because I remember hearing, I'm like, oh, I really like this song. And they never did anything. I'm like, really? Because that's really good and catchy.
Yeah.
But they went Baby One More Time, Crazy. There's an Sometimes?
I think so.
Or is it? Yeah, 'cause Sometimes was the slower song for that album. And Lucky.
Lucky
Was
yeah.
the slow song.
Oh, Lucky's a good one too. Lucky takes Toxic. I really like Lucky.
Okay.
Yep. We'll add in. This is like a curveball one. Best song ever by One Direction.
Really?
I really like that song.
I never got into One Direction, so
they were kind of in a period where I wasn't really listening to the radio, but that song got in my ear somehow, and I loved it.
yeah.
And then we'll go. Put me on the spot. I feel like people are going to tweet at me after this, like, "Oh, I can't believe you didn't say this song, you didn't say that song."
There's a lot of pop songs.
Yeah.
I mean, just even the groups.
Yeah, and then I'm even like, do you count Michael Jackson as pop? He's the king of pop.
I would say.
So then
There's one that I feel like it's one of my favorites, and I don't know where it ranks for you. We've already mentioned them, Spice Girls, and that's Wannabe. That is, I love that song.
So this is getting off topic just a little bit.
Okay.
But we mentioned the character in Lima. I loved Glee. I would sing before every match.
Okay.
And I sang Wannabe one time.
I'm still fascinated that the video was a one-shot take.
Yeah.
I don't think it was just one and done. It was like they had to get it perfect.
Yeah.
All like, oh my God, but to do a one shot, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
But I think that was what got me into them. Like friends that I knew were huge into Spice Girls, and they're like, listen to this. And I got hooked. And I think I went out like that Christmas. I got both of their albums. Yeah. This was when they weren't relevant. This was before Jerry left. So, I mean, that was that long ago, but I have no shame. I do love me some Spice Girls.
Fifth one, I think I'll go
Together. The forgotten boy band, I feel like, because they were meant to be a parody, but they were still on MTV. They had music videos, but then like the one member died, and they were just like, oh, it's all gone.
I'll say Shake It Off Taylor Swift.
I always forget about her too.
Right?
My big thing about her, I'm not a huge fan. Also too, because like everybody loves her. Do you know she was rich before she was a singer?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Her parents owned Swift Trucking.
Yeah.
So like she was always able to do whatever she wanted, and like with no like consequences, because there was still gonna be. Granted, she's built her own career. Yeah. She doesn't need daddy's money anymore. But it's always something I think some people are like, oh, it's kind of coincidence. Like, oh no, no,
it's not.
It's the same Swift. So yeah, the only thing I'll ever say about her, and I think I mentioned this recently on an episode, was that when everything happened with her and Kanye, and everybody was like, how dare like he interrupt her? And I'm like, it's the MTV Music Awards. Like, who cares? Now, if it was at the Grammys, like, that's disrespectful. But I'm like, can you tell me who won that award the year before?
Exactly.
That
everyone was talking about her. Like,
everybody now remembers who won that award that year. I couldn't I think MTV Music Award. I always say movie, but Music Award that I remember who won Best New Artist, 99, Eminem. But that's it.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of nothing. All right. Let's wrap this show up. Any final thoughts or last minute plugs before we go?
Check out Ohio Championship Wrestling. I know I should plug myself here. I'm at Jimmy Shane on everything, so I'm real easy to find. I got in lucky there, found Jimmy. That's here, I always tell this when I'm telling about how I got at Jimmy Shane on everything. Just no numbers, no spaces, anything. There's a boat racer named Jimmy Shane.
Yeah.
who I always get tagged in and stuff, and I know he hates me. I know he has to hate me that I got it first. Because he's got way more followers than I do. But so just check out OCW. We're going to be here at Chaparral's every month now until the summer. We'll take a break in the summer, but then you'll see us at Mogador and Buzzbin, and you'll find us during summer. But
looking forward to those shows.
We're trying to build something up here, and I hope everyone comes out and checks us out because I think we got something special here.
It's a much bigger venue and much easier to find. Like, I think it's close as the freeway as the last venue was. But it's also like just around a lot more things to where it's just this old school and now it's actually an event center with a big sign. Like I've never been here, but I had a rough idea of where it was, and you see a sign right before you get in. But I'm curious and very interested to see what 2019 brings to us.
Yep, me too.
All right, I'm just gonna wrap this show up later. So let's go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Are you tired of the same old pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 3,000 hours of the best pro wrestling events from over 100 of the biggest names in the industry from over 15 countries around the globe. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
All right, it's time to wrap up this show. A little bit of contact info. You can find myself at Heavyset330 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, just much like you can find this show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Facebook.com/WrestlingCheers, Twitter.com/WrestlingCheers, and Instagram.com/WrestlingCheers. Email, if you so choose a desire, WrestlingCheers@gmail.com. And we have the merch store over at whatamaneuver.net. Please rate, review, and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Podbean, WrestlingCheers.podbean.com. And check out our friends on the Trending Topics Network, such as All Beer Inside, Eurovision Showcase, Old School at the Movies, and Wrestling with Altitude. Check out our other podcast friends, such as Pod Van Dam, Super Fantastic Podcast, The Road Home from Wrestling, Kick Out at 2, The IndieCast, So Bros Network, Big Gold Belt Podcast, the Spotlight Series, and I Got Your 5 Stars. And check out our other non-podcasting friends, such as Thrift Store Jobber, The Savage Stash, Set Tap Photo, Powerslam.tv. Use promo code WrestlingCheers, all one word, and get your first month free. Ringside Shots Photography, Sickening Pictures, Wrestle Void, Stay Tough, Midwest Territory, and the official graphic designer of Wrestling Cheers, Moy Boy Designs, who also recently did design for No Shame Jimmy Shane. That will do it for us here on Wrestling Cheers, where everybody knows your name, especially when you sing Backstreet Boys for karaoke. Later.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Would you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. What you can say, rules are all the same. You're for everybody else,